The fate of 10. Sarah dies. That's how this ends. I'm so upset over that. I don't. I'm so upset over it. I just. Why, Sarah? Why? And then Marina's just like, the only reason Marina can't heal her is because she was beat up and down. And then we see Henry again. More tears. At this point, I'm just like, so when Sarah dies, I'm just like already crying my eyes out. And then, but before that, when Henry showed up, I was seriously bawling. As you all know from my I Am Number 4 book talk, I was not happy about Henry's death, and I was in the anger stage of grief. Now I was starting to get better. I was starting to be able to handle Henry's death. And then we see Henry, and it's just a figment of basically legacy, it's basically a figment of John's imagination. And I'm like, monsters. All of you are monsters. And my friend, who has already read up until this, she hasn't even read United once. I cried a lot in the last 50 pages of this book. Between Henry and Sarah, those two events were just like, no, why? And those two events were actually are like 30 pages apart, and I'm like, what are you doing to me? Why? But in between those two events, there's the story of Satrachus Raw and Pittacus Lore, and we learn that the reason Pittacus Lore has all legacies is because he's got this Ximus legacy. It starts with an X. I don't know how to pronounce it. Ximus or Zimus, whatever. He has this legacy where if he's observed certain legacies, he can do it. And that's why he has so many legacies. And the great thing is that it's actually hinted at that John has this legacy. Especially since he actually becomes invisible, and it's great, and it's just wonderful. John is Pittacus Lore. That's who he is. I have come to that conclusion, and it's pretty much already proven, because he basically uses Six's legacy of invisibility after he tries, and it's like, yes, he is Pittacus Lore. But there was just a heart-wrenching story of Satrachus Raw and Pittacus Lore. They were pretty much basically brothers. Even though they weren't blood relatives, they were basically brothers from another mother. And then Pittacus Lore was supposed to kill him, and I thought, Pittacus, just leave this, don't try and kill him. I kept screaming at Loridus. It's Zymic. That's what I'm calling it. I thought there had an F in there. Zymic, right there. But I was just like, Lourdes, you shouldn't be letting Pittacus, the guy who basically grew up with Satrachus Raw and, is best friends with him. You can't just sever a friendship like that. And when you try, it's not gonna work. Now I want to talk about this Daniela girl. we see her at the beginning, and she's just there. We see her, and she's like Sam, and it's only certain humans that got these legacies, and then how they bump into her, and the fact that she steals basically money, and she's looking for her mom, and I actually like Daniela. She's like this, she's this one resisting person. But then she ends up not resisting in the end. So you can hardly say that she's really resisting. She does resist for a little bit. And I like Daniela. I like her. And then her new legacy at the end, and how somehow it gets just transferred to John while he's trying to heal something that he doesn't know what's going on, and it just gets transferred, and then they both have this like laser eye vision. Yeah, so John can get draining too, but it can be a bit difficult for us to like know how exactly it works. Like, I don't even know how exactly it works though with the Zymic legacy, and I know I'm like dwelling on this so much, but he tries to use one of Nine's legacies, and it doesn't work. But when he tries with Six, because he like felt holding her hand and stuff, it works. So it's really confusing on how this might work and how he can manipulate it and stuff, but maybe we'll see in United's one. It makes sense that Pittacus would be with like John. John is Pittacus, and it makes sense for that, all because Pittacus is like supposed to be some kind of leader. 5. Now, 5's character is perplexing me even more. And then when we see 5 and 5's like there, and 5 basically nearly dies and John saves him, I actually wanted him to save 5. Why? Characters can't be so complex. There's the times when I want them to die, and then there's the times when I don't want them to die. I honestly don't know how to feel about 5 anymore. I like him, and then I don't, and it's just why. 5's just continuing to perplex me. And then he's like, John, untie me. I know how to defeat this thing. And such, and yeah, and then he saves 9, and then 9 punches him because 9. I don't know who is good. I don't know if 5 is good or bad or in between. He's really just so complex. I don't know what I'm feeling towards him anymore. It's normally I don't feel like this. 5 is like really annoying me at this point. And I don't know what to feel anymore. But anyways, let's read the back, and that is how we're gonna end this. They are not hiding anymore. They've begun their invasion. They will take your planet by force. They believe they are unstoppable. We can defeat them. We have unleashed an ancient power. We have turned the tide because we are no longer alone in this fight. This is the beginning of the end. I hope you all enjoyed this book talk, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!